Hi everyone. I haven't been very active lately. Just been busy, but um, here's my updated list for Dodo's Ritual variant, which honestly I've been having a ton of fun with. I know, I don't know if it's as good as the Turbo Dragoon variant. I've seen a Turbo Dragoon variant with the with that new trap deck, which I actually think is the best version of, if you can call that a quote unquote Dark Magician deck. But the best variant of, I think, of our deck, maybe. But I don't know. This one, I'm really enjoying this one. Um, so, some updates. I've gotten into a lot of grinded out duels where the one flaw in this deck is if you can't get out Chaos Max, it's really hard to just beat over monsters. So, I'm thinking about main decking Apprentice Illusion Magician. You'll notice that I've taken out Timaeus and I'm taking out Secrets. Um, so there's that. Which means I'm probably going to take out Master of Chaos, and I've already taken out the Dark Magicians. I'm going to take out Void Ogre Dragon as well. It seems good in theory, but it just doesn't really pop up. So I'm thinking of replacing this with Beatrice Eternal to dump Spell and Traps, and then thinking of replacing this with Albion just in case. I've experimented a little bit with running Albion instead of Lubellion, and then running Mahad, but Mahad seems a little bit bricky as well. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just send Maximus to the graveyard because you can always search Maximus from the graveyard with Nadir Serpent. But the draw three seems really enticing. Yeah, I've upped to 50 cards, and the reason I've upped to 50 cards is again I have a 40 card variant here. So here's my 40 card variant of the deck. But the problem I keep running into with this variant of the deck is that I draw cards I don't want to draw. Like, in this variant of the deck, I can't run Navigation, which I'll get to in a second. I can't run cards like this. I can't run both of these. I think if you're going to run this deck, you have to only run one of them. And you just end up, like, you can get, it's not, the problem isn't getting to these two, because that's actually fine. The problem is, like, you end up running into, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and realistically, like, 7, 8. There are 9 cards in this deck out of 40 that you don't want to draw, and they're not the end of the world if you do draw them, but, like, you don't really want to draw them. Like, even 10, like, that's 1/4 of the deck at that point. And I'm not saying... you're okay if you draw one of them in this deck. It's not the end of the world if you draw these. You can play around them. But it's not ideal to draw them necessarily. And so if I come back here, now we have so many, like, Illusion of Chaos. Now in 3, in a 50 card deck, 3 and 3 I think is about similar to a 40 card deck, 2 and 3. That ratio's 6 out of 50 is not quite the same as 5 out of 40, but you get the idea. Easy to manipulate your hand to put back in other pieces. Love having him for turn 2 anyway. You see now there are more of these guys in the deck, 5 as opposed to 2. I'm not saying you necessarily love drawing these first, but they're great in your opening hand. You're close to your combo piece, right? You can at least, if nothing else, if you draw this and this, you're getting to this turn 1, which is ultimately what the deck wants to do. There's a ton more things you can do. The downside of going to 50 is you're less likely to open, these 9 cards, which are like, these are the 9 cards you want to open. But that's not necessarily true, depending on what the other cards are. For example, 5 card engine here, and you're thinking, well, like, why would you run a 5 card spellbook engine if you just want to get to all these other cards anyway? Well, for one, you can get pluses. If you had open Rod in a spellbook, that's a +1 plus a search, which is great. So that's fantastic, and it allows you to manipulate your hand, especially with Soul Survey. You can stack it so you're drawing one of your combo pieces. And the second thing is it's easy side fodder. And so you can bump your ratios of your side deck cards, and I just changed these out. I was running Nibiru instead of these 3 cards. But I don't know. I'm going to test these 3 out instead of Nibiru. Nibiru hasn't come up a ton. So anyway, I feel like this is a searchable spell trap removal, dark magic attack. I haven't been super successful with it, but in the past. But I'm going to try it out one more time now that it took me a lot of practice to really start running this deck at a high level, and I'm pretty confident with it now. So let's see how this works in on certain turns. But anyway, these are easy cards to side out. Easy cards to side out that don't mess with all the ratios of your deck. So like, I usually side out 1 illusion and then all these 6, and then sometimes I'll even side out the Book of Eclipse if they don't come up in the matchup. So that way it's 9 cards in my side deck I can easily throw into the deck. And then the deck is well supported because we have enough we can turn the game into a grinded out game, or have a fighting chance against some of these decks. But again, the point is to summon out Magician of Chaos turn 1 and then sweep him through turn 2. If you can't sweep him through turn 2, Dynamundo. You try to summon him out at the end of your turn 2 play so that you can re-summon him out so you can re-stun them. It's pretty frustrating for your opponent. And then again, at 50, I draw one, I'm cool with drawing one of these or one of these. Even one of these. I don't love drawing one of these. I love drawing this, actually. I said this is a card you don't want to draw, but it's actually kind of a great draw. Hate drawing him. I don't want to draw him. Which is why I don't mind running 3 Illusion of Chaos. It's fine. I'll take the chance that I get 2 in my hand, but if I brick with one of these, it's curtains. Also, I've had a lot of success with this card. This card's great. Stop a lot of plays when they hit their normal summon. They just can't. It stops trap tricks from going into that stupid Link monster. It stops. Just stops a lot of random decks from doing what they want to do. And it also triggers off your Magician of Chaos effect to destroy itself. So, a lot of things. Ooh, love drawing this in my first hand. In fact, I kind of want to run Beatrice again to test this out now that I do that now that I'm used to it. Sorry, Void Ogre. I want to also make room for an access code climb, but we'll see when we get there. We'll see if we get there once we get there. And then I'm gonna keep Master for now, and just because there's just nothing else for me to add. I could add the Albion, but I'm still playing around with these ratios. I don't know if I want to take out a Chalice Slime. I actually love running 3. I love seeing it in my opening hand. But I may want to add this card or even a Mahad for the Branded Fusion play. Because Mahad plus Souls gives you draw 2 right away instead of drawing 1 with Soul Servant. But that's that's getting pretty knee deep in a 3-card combo. I don't know if it's worth it, but anyway, this is where I've arrived. I've even bumped it up to 50, and I like this version of the deck. You could take these 2 out for whatever, I don't know. But again, I really feel strongly that if you're gonna run this deck, and Dodo's run this way more times and is wiser than me, but if you're gonna run this deck, my opinion is you should go to 50 because of all the darn bricks in it. And you could side him out, take out a brick, right? Blue Chaos. You could side out Blue Chaos, and then, here's my Nib in the other build. You could side him out and then see if he ever comes in relevant to the matchup, and side him in. But I found that I don't know. You're not gonna. It's hard to determine almost when you're gonna need him. I'd just rather have him in the deck and have him be searchable for when I need him, because he does cut. I've used him in the weirdest matchups to win. He just comes up in the late game when you're trying to grind out a victory. Anyway, let's do some test hands. Let's do some test hands with both. We'll just do it live. Let's just do the 50 card variant first. And like here, this tough hand, because if you get ashed on here, you lose. Like if you get ashed here, if you don't, you get everything you want. But because you can send to the graveyard, then run this Nadir Servant play. But let's say we did get ashed, we're dead. We lose. So anyway, I'll run out the next play based on what hand I have. Here's an example of why I love opening this card, right? And it doesn't matter really what you do first. I think in this situation, this situation I'm going with Rod because I want to get the Soul Servant draw too. I don't want to put any of these back. I feel I'll keep Chaos for him. Nah, you gotta keep Illusion of Chaos. It's just a better card. Alright, so then you search and add here. Okay, now why now one key play you should always do in this variant of the deck is, this is why I like the Spellbook engine. If you ever open with the Dogmatika, what's her face? I don't remember her name. But if you open with her, you can go into Artemis before you play your knowledge here. I'm going to play it very conservative here and just guarantee myself the draw of my Magician of Chaos because I have navigation in hand. And so if I draw the Dogmatika girl, I'm already ready here. And yeah, here's why I should have kept Chaos for him, because now you can easily search for that, which, what are you gonna do? Anyway, I went conservative. There's so many different ways to Illusion of Chaos. Under no circumstances should I have done what I've done. But this is why you test and learn your lessons. Okay. Hopefully by now you know the combo. You hit Candle. You ritual summon your boy. And then you come to here. You summon this boy, and you bring Chaos to your hand. Okay, and so in this position, I actually might keep Prep. Actually, no. Why would I keep Prep? Because I forgot to add Inception back to your hand, and so I'm gonna grab Prep. Because with Prep, so you'll kind of see what I mean here. Right? So I add your boy here, and then why not do this in this position? You might be wondering why. Why would you summon him? You're going to stun their effects next turn. Not necessarily. So I'm much more comfortable not having a back row for this strategy for a couple of reasons. One, so many decks, like very few decks, aren't activating Spawn Traps as part of their turn. Ooh. Let's get our draw one here. Actually, I wouldn't even use the draw one yet. I would keep it till next turn because I believe Illusion of Chaos is going to be added back to the hand, possibly. Actually, no. I don't think it is. So we'll draw the one. And look, money. We can guarantee ourselves an illusion of chaos next turn. And we can get this guy back. Maybe we'll get another Chalice Slime in the future turn. So this is great. We thinned our deck. We have good draw targets. But the key is here, now you can summon him. You can negate one effect just in case they choose to activate an effect before they activate a spell and trap card. But this card right here, because it was in our hand, we were able to discard it. If they try to evenly match or do something stupid, this card negates it. You can negate stupid Runic's Field spell for the turn. You can negate a bunch of things. It's really helpful and convenient, depending on who you're against. This deck struggles against Runic because Magician Chaos Max doesn't really do anything. So, we need cards like this, and with my navigation to stop it. And so, you'll notice this deck bricks. I think this deck, weirdly, in 50 cards, there are more good targets, so this deck bricks less. But here we bricked. This is a tough one, but even then, I've drawn one card for the Spellbook Engine. If I get ashed, it sucks. Let's say it didn't get ashed. Yeah, we're spending our normal summon, which also isn't ideal. But we've got a fighting chance here. Alright, not ideal. This may be set Book of Taiyu pass. But Book of Taiyu is good enough to help you survive for the turn. And it's not. Hey! Circle actually hits. And we get a Branded Fusion for next turn. Alright, we're in. This is some bricky business here. So this is our ultimate turn here. We could summon. If we were going second, we'd try to summon this guy by hitting Chalice Slime and just going straight into him. But if this is a first turn play, we're gonna stick with this and end, which isn't bad. Hashtag love me some Blue Boy. This is another great hand. Now, what comes up often is, what do you do here? Obviously, you're going into a Magician of Chaos, but then the question is, what do you want here? And I would lean towards summoning Diviner, actually. And for the reason that, but it's a tough call. You can summon Diviner and then get a ritual. Actually, yeah, that was misplayed. That was 100% misplayed. Just here's what you should do. You should summon Diviner. You should absolutely summon Diviner. And you should add Chaos Form to hand off of Diviner with this hand. Okay? You might be what's going on? Why are you doing that? Well, next play is you're going to add. I think that this is one of the plays you can do. You're going to add this guy. You're going to put Rod back. Sorry, Rod, but And this is the play we want here. Now in this position, it depends on what you value. You're going to get your Chaos Max play. So I might try out this, actually. Oh, come on. No way that didn't save that. Well, let's pretend this is Beatrix the Eternal. Let's just say that that's Beatrix the Eternal because I don't want to deal with it. Because now you can activate Chalice Slime and start your combo, but then add your Chaos Form back with your prep before you summon your boy. your boy Magician of Chaos. And the cool thing is now you can I don't know, you have Chaos Form and Illusion of Chaos. You can summon, you can potentially summon him next turn. And he's a good summon. He gives you a negate, which, I don't know, I find quite valuable. And so you, and so at this point I would detach here, send, again, Pretend Diviner's Beatrice. Can't believe I didn't save the deck. And then, you got your combo here. Man, Beatrice actually is a great play. I'm liking that for this deck over Void Ogre. That might be something I do often. I went away from it a while ago because I didn't like it, and testing here, that's great. I kind of love, I don't know, it's good if you have the nuts here, so now I can banish, draw 2, and look, all these plays, I have a full hand. I don't even need to do this. Next turn, they're dead. They're not surviving this. What are all things we can do? Unless they're running a stupid trap deck, boom, they're straight dead. If we're playing Kashtira, sorry, no, you're dead. You got no shot. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep playing, and God love DM.